Hi, this is Nick coming to you with our next RV topic for Katie. Katie, you had asked a few questions. You said, you asked me if I recommend slowing down with all the stuff that's been happening on the planet. Do I recommend taking on more or slowing down? You said you see that this could be based upon the individual, and then also you asked if Mama Earth were to say or were to speak to us and say, I wish these people would just blank, fill in the blank. So you wanted to know what Mother Earth would have to say about us humans and all this craziness that's going on. So one, what came through for you was set your own personal pace once you decide on what you want to focus on. And it said, be sure that you are being intentional about it. Two, take one thing at a time. Make peace with what's eating at you, what's bothering you about what's going on. Know what your emotion is in regard to that. And then shift your thinking to a higher level emotion. So often when we get caught in those negative level emotions, that our energy, when we're looking at the vibrational energy that we're putting off when we're in those negatives, we don't want to reside in that space, because if we do, we're drawing more experiences that continue to bring low level energy experiences. So when you catch yourself and think about where you want to be on the upper energetic emotional level, there are charts online that you can find. If you just plug in emotional frequency or emotion frequencies, there are charts that tell you what emotions, and then like I think fear was down at the bottom, and then I think enlightenment was all the way up at the top. So we're looking at like a 7 or 70 on up to 100, 200, 300, 400, 700, something like that. And then let's see, know your emotions, then shift your thinking. And what emotion do you want to experience? So if you take that number one, set your own personal pace and be intentional about what it is you want to do and what it is you want to focus on. But also, what emotion do you want to experience so that you can be inspired to create more experiences in that higher level emotional state. And then number three, Mother Earth. I connected with Mother Earth to see what message it had for you today. And it said, I wish people would just talk to me, hear me, know that I feel the energy, the thoughts, and the emotions, and find peace and information within me. So really, when we're at odds with the world, just really connecting with the earth and the universe and having a conversation with it. Now, I'll tell you a little story. I still have a couple minutes left. I was working for somebody who owed me a lot of money, and I had other people that worked for me he owed them money too. And a friend, this coworker, had stopped by, and we were sitting on the porch having a discussion. It was a very negative discussion. We were both really ticked off. And across, like I was sitting here and the friend was sitting here, and in front of me across the porch was this beautiful plant, a peace lily. And I must have been sending out some really negative energy. I was totally ticked off. And I noticed that the plant was quaking, shaking. And I turned to my friend and I stopped her from talking. And I said, are we having an earthquake? And she said, no. And I said, is the wind blowing? And she said, no. I said, is the porch shaking at all? And she said, no. And I pointed to the plant, and she could see that it was like totally off, like totally whacked out. And I realized in that moment the energy that I was holding, and it still tears me up. I walked over to the plant and I said, I'm really sorry that I did that to you. I'm not angry at you. I love you. And as soon as I said, I love you, the plant stood still. So please know that the earth hears us, feels us, can sense what it is we're experiencing. And if we just slow down and stop and connect, that we can shift a lot of what's happening in our lives. So Katie, thank you so much for asking the questions, and feel free to connect with us again or share your thoughts about that. You take care of yourself. Thanks. And join us. Keep asking questions. Come back and play again.